Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 25th of October, 2025. I hope you're all doing well. I had quite the roller coaster of a week. So, the frustrating thing happened. Here's the biggie. I was having problems with my phone on Saturday, so I talked with someone. They said it was just a problem that they were fixing on their end. It all seemed to be fine. But then the next day, it wasn't fine because on that Sunday, my phone started getting all kinds of staticky and bad. And I was in the middle of a call to wish my friend Ed a happy birthday, and the phone went crazy and went dead. And so I was, I guess I used the other phone, however I did. I called in to have repair come, and they said it would be on Tuesday, and they would fix everything. So, and in the meantime, we were also having a problem with the other phone in the other room, the other phone number, same company, Frontier. And so when they came on Tuesday, I told them we're having problems on that phone too. And the guy said he was fixing it all, and he fixed it, and he called me to tell me he fixed it. And as soon as he hung up, it was dead. And my nephew had to run out and tell him. He's like, "What?" And then he said he fixed it all, and it's all fine. And he left, and a couple of hours later, both phones were dead. That was Tuesday. So I had to use my Obama phone to call and arrange and say, you made it worse. They're dead. And they came on Thursday. They were supposed to be here Thursday in 1 in the afternoon. And they came late at night. They finished up about 10 in the evening. But they actually finally fixed the phones. So everything's working for now, for who knows how long. And it's funny, now that they're fixed, the main calls I get are from people from scam companies saying that they want to sell, hook me up with some other form of Medicare. But they're all, I think what I'm just going to do is when they call, I'm just going to say, "Hi, I'm 37. See, they'll just go away, hopefully. But anyway, so beyond that, did work. Finished out a series. It was the last episode on Thursday of Tony and Ziva, the NCIS thing. And boy, that was great. I have to say, if you haven't seen it, it's 10 episodes. It's one big story. A lot happens, a lot of action, a lot of character development. I thought it was just wonderful. So I highly recommend you, if you like the original NCIS stuff and you remember Tony and Ziva. Fantastic. Even if you don't know them, it's still a great adventure story. Highly recommended. So, I also saw 3 movies this week. The fourth one is because I didn't see that. No, the 3 movies that my brother let me borrow. So I saw Superman, The Fantastic Four, and a movie called Weapons. And I loved all of them, each in their own very different ways. And on both the Superman movie and the Fantastic Four movie, I've heard a lot of crap about them. And it's mostly from, shall we say, a certain political affiliation who hate Pedro Pascal. And they just they found Superman to be woke because he wants to help the world, not just right-wing America. So, I don't know what to tell you. If that's the Superman you want, you're never gonna get it unless you make your own home movie. You could put Gina Carano in it. So, they were each great in different ways. This was the first Superman movie I really liked. I know my brother hated it. He said it's just Superman getting beat up. Well, no, it's not. But if he was just all powerful, invincible, that's a boring movie. What do you do with that? Where people just go, well, you're Superman, so we'll leave you be. And I have to say, in that, Nicholas Hoult played the finest Lex Luthor I've ever seen on film. It was actually very true to the comics. It wasn't comic relief. They all had been, you know, had some kind of goof element to them, and I never got that. So he was great, and the actress whose name escapes me that played Miss Tessmacher, she was wonderful. I didn't know what I was going to think of her. I thought she was a little shrill at the beginning, but as the film went on, her character just kept getting more and more interesting. So I'm not going to give away any of the story if you haven't seen it, but I was so pleased with it. So that's Superman. Fantastic Four, different film, same thing. It's because people don't like Pedro Pascal that they've tried to ratio this film. And whatever, they don't like that he's a Democrat. And it's sad that that's where we're at in seeing films. It's like, you know what? You could put, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a lifelong Democrat. You could put the most hardcore Republican in a film, and if it's a good film, I don't care what your politics are. If you're an actor or an actress, if you're good, thank you. Isn't that simple? Thank you. Same with a director, a scriptwriter, and anything. If they're good, if the film is good, it's good. What the people do when they're not making the film, I don't care. It's not my business, just like my life isn't their business. So FF, the one problem, and I was talking this over with Mark Sinnott, is they thank a lot of people at the end, but they don't thank Joe Sinnott. And one must say that no one has worked on more issues of the Fantastic Four than Joe Sinnott did. Why is he? There are people that worked on an issue or two of a Fantastic Four comic, and their name is up there on the screen, but not Joe. I think that's a huge disservice to the legacy of the Fantastic Four, not just to the Sinnott family and to his friends and colleagues, but to everyone. He's a part of that. And I don't know what they need to do to rectify that, but they need to do something to rectify that. They just should. And there was a big controversy, and I came in thinking it was going to bother me too, was the female Silver Surfer, played by Julia Gardner. Didn't bother me at all. It was fine. I had no problem with it. Everything about the story, it was great. I really loved, what's her name? Vanessa Kirby, the actress who plays Sue Richards. She was fantastic. What a performance. Everyone was fantastic. I had no problem with any. Ironic that the Fantastic Four is fantastic. I had no problem with any element of the film. The script was fine. All the performances were fine. The direction, the feel, all of that. Beautiful. Loved it. I want to see it dozens more times. So, also very pleased in an extra scene, Kevin Feige, who's one of the heads of all things Marvel, said, Marvel is the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four is Marvel. And that's right. Without them, there's nothing else. Because it was because of them that everything else sprang. So, just let's get that out of the way. So that, loved it, highly recommend it. And then I saw the film, in fact this afternoon, Weapons, which oddly enough also has Julia Garner in it, who was the Silver Surfer. And she plays a teacher in here. And it's a very, very strange horror movie that took me by surprise. through most of it. I kind of figured by the end that a version of what did happen might happen, but how that was done, everything was done in an interesting and clever way, and I don't want to sound pretentious, but an emotionally honest way. And then I was watching extra stuff, and the director was talking about how it reflected what inspired it and things like that. And it was very interesting. And the cast, you could see they loved being in this film, with the interviews with Josh Brolin, great actor, from so many things. He's in it. Julia Garner's in it. Benedict Wong. Um, it is Wong, isn't it? Yes. From the Doctor Strange movies and a million other things. He's in it. He's great. Everyone is great. There's no weak performance in this film. So if you're on the fence about horror stuff because you get disturbed, this is not your film. If you love horror and you don't mind being disturbed, this is your film. It's great. It's a cut above pretty much every other horror film being made now, because most horror films are gore films. And there is some severe gore in this film, but it's not gratuitous in any way, shape, or form. It's a necessary part of the story, but highly recommend it. So there's those. I recommend all of those three films. Worth your time. They're all three are worth your time. Um, which is nice to see that this year could turn out three very different yet very good films. Uh, Highly entertaining. So that's that. So beyond that, I went to a garden party. No, I went to a farmer's market on Connecticut Avenue, which I did. I went to Connecticut Avenue. My friend Bob brought me over there. I still have a card for that the agency on aging gave me that's good for farmers markets for some money. So I bought some beets and some Bosc pears and two kinds of squash, a spaghetti squash and what I've never heard of before called a mashed potato squash, which is reading up about on it. It's sort of a hybrid of an acorn squash, but when you cook it, you know what? The inside is kind of the texture of mashed potatoes. Who knew? So I roasted them all off um, Thursday, and they were delicious. I still have a ton of it that I'll have during the week. So that was that. Yesterday, as Grace Mary, who usually brings me communion, was away. She's away, and I won't see her again till the 6th. Father Joe from Assumption Church came by and brought me communion. That was lovely. And beyond that, today was my friend Joan's birthday. Talked with her. She's having a great day. Glad to hear that. I love Joan. Great friend of mine. And that's most of my week. Making some pierogies tonight. Oh, I had a great conversation also with Mark Sinnott about many things. We're like family. I think we are family, and there we are. I think that's most everything. If I think of anything else, maybe I'll mention that next week. Who knows with my mind. Oh, but still watching Department S, and it's still brilliant. So there you go. I love you. I'll see you next time.